What a time to be alive. Hallelujah. Things are getting weirder. Hallelujah. I still love this life. Hallelujah. The world as we know it is changing, and I want to talk about it. Welcome to the Sin Miedo podcast. I'm hella esoteric, also known as your host. If this goes up late in the week and you get 2 episodes, you know why. Honestly, I didn't even feel like recording this week at all, but here we are. It's the premiere, so we're doing it. I don't really know where to start, but this past week has felt strange. Not in a bad way. It just feels different in the way I'm processing things. It's like I've entered a threshold or something. I think I'm doing well. I think I'm okay. It just feels very on point, even if I don't fully understand it yet. I don't want to claim that I know everything, but I am someone who pays attention a lot and is very self-aware. And right now, something feels like it's shifting again. So depending on where you are, online or internally, you might feel it too, or you don't. I don't know. Some people are calling it the Great Noticing. Others say the US corporate of America is doing some weird, timely disclosure. I don't know what it is, but I know it doesn't feel random. Things are getting a little spooky, but I'm not afraid. If anything, I feel like the veil is coming off completely, and what's real is just becoming more visible. And that comes with a lot of discomfort. And I think part of why I'm recording this is just to feel a little normal in the middle of all of it, because it's getting really real. These conversations are becoming less niche, and I don't want to feel like I'm just riding a wave or chasing a trend. This is genuinely what's been taking up space in my mind, my time, and my heart for the last 3 years. So if you want to look back with me for a little, specifically around 2020 to 2022, obviously a lot was happening. The world paused, and I think instead of really processing that, a lot of us found new ways to cope. And even after things reopened, some of us kind of fell back into old patterns. But I don't think I ever fully did, though. TikTok was at its peak. We were posting, consuming, trying to feel connected through screens and aesthetics. That was the beginning of real doom scrolling, I guess. And at the time, it all felt normal. I was 21 to 23, still a little naive, caught up in validation, just posting my lip syncing and makeup TikTok. Even as I was participating, something always felt off. I just didn't have the language for it yet. And then in late 2023, an even bigger shift happened for me, and I still feel it till this day. After seeing things you can't unsee through our little black mirror, you start to realize how much context we were never really given in growing up in the US education system. Like, a lot of history gets simplified or rewritten and sanitized, and never really fully acknowledging the occupation of native peoples of their land and their being, basically, or the true role of the US government. So through the internet, I learned about Palestine, a small strip of land reduced to almost rubble now. Their schools, their homes, their entire lives just gone. And I came across journalists like Basan, who continues to document and rebuild in Gaza, Saleh, who was documenting in real time how lives are being turned upside down on a daily, and lost his life due to targeted attacks on Palestinian journalists in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. And I'm not neutral about that. I believe in a free Palestine, just to set the record. So it made me realize how difficult truth can be for people to face, especially when it challenges the versions of reality we've blindly accepted. And sitting with that reality, watching those moments unfold through a screen day after day, even from a distance, it changed me a lot. And I couldn't go back to who I was before or who I was trying to be. It forced me to sit with something uncomfortable within myself. And as the daughter of immigrants, I've always felt like my existence was political. Like, I had to ask to be seen as human first. And I started to realize how unconsciously I had been moving, unaware of like the connections between systems and peoples and history. And also just the realization that the systems or the powers that be were just not holding up anymore at that time. and still. So I give myself a lot of grace now, but at the time I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I turned inward. I started following my heart more. It was a true turning point in questioning everything, including the things I loved. Life just started to feel heavier, but also just more real. At the same time, I was searching for faith outside of what I was raised in, and strangely, the resilience of the Palestinian people brought me closer to God, though I still struggled with my faith. And looking back, it all feels like synchronicities. Everything I was reading and listening to stopped feeling random, like it was all just pointing in the same direction and breaking illusions and leading me to where I am now. So when I went deeper in books, podcasts, history, spirituality, alternative ideas about reality, and yes, conspiracies too, not because I was looking for one answer, but because I started seeing how many narratives can exist at the same time. So rabbit hole after rabbit hole in ancient civilizations, consciousness, hidden technologies, extraterrestrial life, ideas just trying to explain what was really happening. A lot of it grounded me. Some of it also overwhelmed me. I think that's when the existential spirals hit their peak, but I'm better now. 3 years later, and we're good. It just left me with no certainty about the external world, just a lot more questions, I guess, because once you open those doors, you can't unsee how layered reality really is, and it does get odd. So about 6 months into all of that, I came across the Besitos story. I'll probably dedicate a full episode to it because it's important to me in a very non-culty way, I promise. But something about it hit differently. Not because I wanted to believe it, but because it resonated so deeply in me. And I think that led me to start moving more intentionally in my life, learning and applying what resonated the most in everything. Eventually, I started having my own experiences, but not as a final awakening, but definitely as a beginning of something. So today, I try to show up differently. I'm more aware, more intentional, more humble. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that whatever this is, consciousness, God, the universe, it responds to how you show up, not just for yourself, but for others. And I'm still figuring it out. I think we all are, pero pienso que tengo un poquito más de conocimiento en lo que hago día a día. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I just want to share stories, encourage discernment, and help you find what resonates with you, because something shifted in me with the Bledsoe story and the things I was reading and with my experiences with the phenomenon. And I haven't seen the world the same since. So I'm just trying to move more lovingly and more slowly now. I'm grounded enough to know I might sound loca to the next person, pero los que me quieren aquí están, and that's all I need. So maybe we're not meant to have all the answers right now, or maybe they're slowly unfolding. Just know that disclosure often comes from digging deep into the esoteric ideas and just personal reflection. Either way, I hope you stay curious, stay grounded. More importantly, stay whimsical, please. Keep searching for yourself during these times with humility, and above all else, try to stay connected to the divine, however that may look for you. Don't be afraid to explore even the weird shit. Let's walk each other home. Shout out Ramdas. These strange times and the ones ahead have helped me stay open to many possibilities. And there's something meaningful and beautiful about being alive during moments that will be written into history. Whatever is true or not true, whatever we may or may not have to answer to later, that will come. But for now, humble yourself, but have fun doing it. And don't forget to enjoy every second. And honestly, I'm happy in my way because the first 3 years of the 2020s were isolating, but the last 3 have been the most alive I've ever felt. So keep looking up, keep loving your life. This life is amazing. Thanks for making it to the end. Thank you for being here. New episodes will be dropping every Friday. This one was late due to personal things, so I'll see you twice in the next week. Besitos.